Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to draw ABGs from your art line. So we want to draw, there's a couple ports on your line here, but we want to draw from the closest port to the patient so we're getting the freshest sample. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to need to pull, so here's my patient, this is inserted into their arm or their femoral artery. And so I need to get the blood out of the patient and into my line. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to pull back here on my syringe, and I'm creating a waist up here in the syringe. All right, and then I've got my patient's blood. I'm going to turn this valve off up here so that I'm not pulling from anywhere above my port. All right, so now there's a couple ways you can do this. So I'm gonna show both of those ways to you. So I've scrubbed my port. This is the way I prefer to do it. There are these connection pieces that you'll need to use for this procedure to access this port here. Do not do a needle or a blunt tip needle with that. It needs to be this connection piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that connection piece and connect it to my vacutainer. After I have scrubbed my site, I'm going to insert this, and then you're going to need a green tube for this. You can ask lab, and I'm going to just draw my ABG right there. And then this keeps the system closed. All right, so once I'm done, I'm going to remove the whole entire piece here. And I've got my ABG. Now I need to get this blood back into the patient. So what I'm going to do is open this up, and I'm going to slowly push the blood back into the patient. And I'm not doing anything right here with the zero port or the valves. I'm just pushing this blood back in. Now I need to flush it. So I'm going to pull the pigtail, because remember that's how we flush our line. And I should see it flush all the way through. The alternative way of drawing ABGs would be same procedure. So pulling your blood back from the patient, closing it off up here with this valve. And you can get an ABG syringe from lab, and you're just going to connect it here and connect at your port and just pull it back. And then it's the same thing. You're going to instill the saline, flush it back into the patient by pulling your pigtail here. So since I've manipulated the system, I need to re-zero. So I'm going to review the zeroing process with you again. So to re-zero, what I'm going to do is turn my valve up to the atmosphere, take off my valve. I keep calling this a valve, but it's a cap. I'm going to then hit my zero button on my monitor. Okay, so I've hit that beep. It's gonna zero, and then I'm gonna put my cap back on my zero port and close my system.